Side up now. You're good.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Are we ready to start? Oh, we are. All right, everyone. We just started the recording. Good morning to everyone. Happy day after Valentine's Day. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Maybe spent it with someone you love or shared a patch with someone you loved. So it's our Monday morning chat, our roundtable chat. So welcome to everyone.
President's Day. Great.
And it's President's Day too, that's right.
President's Day.
Happy President's Day. Is that okay? Happy President's Day. So we are gathered to share our experiences with the X39 as well as other topics of LifeWave. And if you're not speaking, would you please mute your phone because there's a lot of background noise. So
Well, I'm going to go ahead and globally mute everyone. So as soon as I do, please unmute yourself.
okay.
So now everyone's muted. So whenever anyone wants to speak, just unmute yourself. There you go.
Perfect. Perfect. Thanks, Gregory. Oh, and we have, is it Max behind you? Who's your cat?
That's Max.
Max, the co-pilot. So welcome everyone. And we're going to open this up and open it for sharing testimonials, questions about the X39 or any of the other patches. And John is here with his third eye point. Yay. Hi, John. And remember, just a little reminder that we do not name disease states and that the LifeWave patches do not treat, prevent, or cure any disease or disease state. So with that in mind, just keep your sharing to symptoms only, how you felt before, what patch or patches you used, and how you feel now. So we have 28 people online right now, and we'll probably have more coming on. Welcome to everyone, especially if you're new to our team. We would love to hear from you, any and all. So whoever would like to speak, you can either raise your hand. I might not see you on the screen, but you can unmute yourself and share. We'd love to hear from you.
Well, I have a question. Oh, shall I go? I have
Yes,
yeah, from a customer. You know, I get all sorts of questions from customers. So this customer is wearing his, he's reusing his X39 patches. He wears them, a new one for 12 hours, and then he saves it. And the next day he puts on a new one and wears the older one in a different place. And I've heard Dr. Nicholas talk about that, and I guess that's fine. I wonder what you think. But then his following question was, well, how long can I keep doing this? Like, how many hours, more hours does it have juice? And like, can I just keep wearing it indefinitely and then end up with lots of patches? Or, so I wonder if there are any ideas about this, how to answer him.
Okay, well, I will share, and then Robin or Gregory, I welcome if I left something out, but I've heard this question asked before, and Dr. Shauna Young gave a great analogy that the patch is like a battery and the body is like an appliance. And so every appliance draws on a battery a little differently. So one person, they may draw on that patch and use it up in 12 hours. The company guarantees a 12-hour viability or effectiveness. Okay, that's the guarantee. But I've heard Dr. Shauna and other presenters say that they take their used patches and they may put them in a baggie or something. And then if they have like a bump or they, bruise themselves, they might take a used one, and it may have some efficacy. There may be some usefulness, but the actual constituents in the patch, which is these crystals of sugars and amino acids and so forth, they melt down over time. And so it does diminish in effectiveness. Is that good, Gregory, or do you have anything to add? Or Ravel? I think Ravel might even have something.
Myself.
I'm sorry?
I couldn't have said it better.
Oh, good.
Better than I could.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so that's what I would tell him, Emily. I think he's you know, to reuse it once. I don't think you'd reuse it
I
again
know.
and again and
I
again.
know. Yeah.
No.
Well, thank you so much. That was excellent.
Okay,
Excellent
you're welcome.
question. Thank you.
Anyone else want to share either a question or a testimonial? Oh, Mike. Yes, I see your hand. Yes, please.
Good morning. Just a couple real quick ones. I've got a person in our network, one elderly man that he's home recovering from a recent heart surgery, and he reports after 3 days, each and every day, starting from day one, by the way, huge wins. Just energy and you know, just his beingness, well-being, addressed his pain, but more importantly, his energy and so on. Just really feeling great. A second gentleman who no claims on disease states, but this person happens to have Parkinson's in a wheelchair, but he put the patch on, and within the first hour, he reported a lot of increases, significance of mental clarity. So that was an interesting point. He spotted that right away within the first hour. Now, what's interesting about this guy, he has spent $15,000 in stem cell implantation previously. And he said he had nowhere near the feeling from that, the well-being and increase again of energy and so anyway, just two really nice experiences from newbies, both newbies.
Newbies. And these are people that you personally shared with, Mike.
No, this is
Oh.
actually a friend of a friend.
Okay.
But I happened to talk to them, so
Oh.
I heard their personal testimony, and
Beautiful.
so I was able to relay it.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. John, you have your hand up.
Yeah,
Yes.
So I forgot to take this off. This is Alavita, and I've been wearing this nightly. I don't think elevating your consciousness is a disease state. So, but you know, David's talk on Alavita and that he believes that it is elevating his consciousness, I would have to agree with him. And it really is deepening my sleep even more. And I don't have any dream states, but man, just the elevation, everything is like just coming at me. The right people are coming to me from anywhere and everywhere, people I don't even know. So, you know, I give it a lot of credit.
Alavita, we can call it the great attractor.
That's a good one. I like that.
That's awesome, John.
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned David's talk on Alavita. Is that something that you can tell us where that is?
I don't know where it is, but and maybe Robin's the one that told me that. It's possible, but that he totally is in love with Alavita and believes that it definitely is elevating his consciousness. And Robin, you may have a little more on that.
Yeah, he did there was a tribute to Dr. Steve Haltewanger that Dr. Karen Kan hosted. And that's when he had that conversation. I think it was in our newsletter, and there was a link in our newsletter. I don't know if it's on our Facebook, but I will, I'll make sure it is. And I'll put it under the David category, even though there's a lot of other things that are talked about. But he talks about Alavita, Eon, and glutathione in some new ways that you might not have heard before. So highly recommended.
Didn't he say Alavita was his favorite patch?
He said he's addicted to it.
Addicted.
Right.
Yes.
And whatever he says, I'm all ears, and I am taking action on whatever he says.
Yeah.
He's way smarter than me.
Man's consciousness, you know, where John has it is activating the pineal gland, which is the brain of the brain. So it's very good for many things.
Okay, Robin. Well, we will look forward to maybe, can that possibly go in today's newsletter, Robin and Gregory? That,
Again, it
well,
was.
you said it was. Do you remember how recently, or should we just go back and look at the last few
There's a
newsletters?
picture of Dr. Steve on the cover of the newsletter.
Okay,
I could capture the link and put it in the group and make sure it's in the units section under David.
Yeah, we can
beautiful.
post it in the Facebook group and add it to units.
Thank you very much. It'll be on units. Wonderful, wonderful. I think all of us are going to be, that's going to get about 100 more views in the next couple days. Okay. And by the way, another way that you can let me know you want to speak is there's a way to raise your hand. I believe it's under reactions at the bottom of your screen. You can just raise your hand if you have something to share, or you can just start talking. So is there anyone else who has a share, a testimonial, old or new, or a question? I know we have some new people.
Michelle, raise your hand is under participants.
It's under participants.
In mine, it's under reactions.
In mine, it's under reactions. Yeah.
Probably the difference between being a
Reactions for me too.
It depends on the version of Zoom you have. The
Okay.
latest version is under reactions.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Okay, so under one of those, you should find the clue to raise your hand.
And I want to bring to attention, Ravel put something in the chat. She said, David Schmidt once said, if a person can use only 2 patches, use X39 and Alavita.
Wow.
Okay. Okay, we have 2 hands raised. Ed, how about you going first, and then Bonnie? Okay, Ed, you're muted. Just unmute yourself, the bottom of your screen.
Still muted, Ed. Bottom left corner, you got to unmute yourself.
Just click on the little microphone icon at the bottom of your screen on the left.
Okay,
I don't see a hand raised.
that working now?
Raising a hand.
There you go. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, hi, everyone. I've been on these patches about a little over a month, and my they're telling me that I'm losing my fine lines and wrinkles. And I've had my right rotor cuff repaired. My tendons were tore clear through about 15 years ago. And a couple of weeks ago, I got a bacteria in a nerve, and I had intense pain for about 3 weeks, couldn't sleep at night. And I don't know how much the patches helped with that, but what I have noticed is my shoulder movement is really good. I've been wearing the X39, Aeon, and the Carnosine patch, and doing really, really good.
Excellent,
those-
excellent
those
choices.
issues.
Mhm.
And I got a fish story too. My daughter, little girl, had a gold looking fish with the long flowing tail. She found it in the tank, kind of almost belly up. She moved it to her other tank in a fish net and held it in front of the intake water, the bubbler, and she put a patch on the glass. And it took quite a while, but this fish would hardly move a fin, and it started moving fins slowly. It didn't have enough with it to keep itself from being sucked up to the intake. The water movement would suck it up against there, and eventually it righted itself. And I've seen that fish now. It's perfectly fine. It acts like it's got more energy than it ever had.
Oh
But
dear. Oh my goodness.
A
Okay,
fish
so we have a
going
whole,
belly up is serious condition.
we have a whole new meaning for the phrase fish story. Yeah.
And my dad-in-law, we've got him on the patch, and he's 83. He works full time, and even every other Saturday. But he's severely really fatigued, really tired. You know, just can imagine if 83-year-old man working every day and shoveling snow and being asked to do things that younger people can't do, and he does it. But now he wakes up and he said, I felt like a free bird. And last night he showed me his legs, and I never told him that that he could have some varicose veins success. And he showed me his calf, and he has no varicose veins on him. And he had a heartbeat that was missing. That's disappeared. And we have, my sister has a sister that's blind from diabetes, or blood veins rupture in there and blood clots. But most of the damage was caused by inept laser surgeons. I don't know how that's going to go, but her care worker is an ex-meth user, and she's on the X39 patch, and she is getting tremendous results with her back pain. And she's using a liquid vitamin in a bottle that's called, I can't remember, it's made by Druckert Labs, but it's really good multivitamin liquid. So those two products already she won't be without. She's only been on a week.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful, Ed. You've got
I
quite
got
some
more,
story.
but I'll let other people share.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you. You do have quite a few. Thank you for sharing. And Ed, if
Yeah.
you would like to, please go down to reactions and lower the hand, or maybe Gregory did that. Okay, Bonnie, yes. And then Pinar is next, and then we'll probably be out of time.
Okay, my story is not near as fun as Ed's stories, but I've been on the X39 patches for a year, right? Over a year. And I don't always feel a lot of things, changes and stuff. I'm pretty healthy, but I was doing some hard kicking exercises, like a turbo jam type of exercise where I'm kicking my legs out real strong and stuff. And then the next day I woke up and man, my right hip just hurt really bad. So I went to, I put the X39 right on the point of pain in my hip during the day. And then at night I would use the Eon patch. And along with stretching, doing some more stretching and not just kicking, but stretching, within a week, it's like completely gone. And that's just fun for me. I'm going, yes, this stuff really works. I love it.
Wonderful. I love your enthusiasm, your smile. Yay, Bonnie. Thank you.
All right, it was good.
Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
Pinar. Yes.
I'm unmuting. There we go.
Okay. there-
My hands in the way. I have a question. If you have like two spotlights on a stage and you put red on one and blue on another, you have red and blue light. But if you put the filters together, you get purple light. So I'm wondering, I've heard about stacking your patches, but does it change the wavelength so that you're getting something else instead of the two different things?
Ooh, question of the year. That's a good one. I have heard Dr. Nicholas say you can stack patches, and like with the HAT protocol, you're stacking, but I am not qualified to answer that. Whether it creates a whole new wavelength. If someone else, yes, Gregory, please.
I'll give a shot at it. I believe, from what I know about wave theory, that it's like you'd be broadcasting two signals simultaneous, both in their own frequency. So I don't think that Dr. Nicholas would be telling us to stack if they interfered with each other. We can dig a little deeper. Maybe, that's a good question for Dr. Nicholas, but I don't believe that they would interfere. I hope not, because I stack all the time, especially, Anyway, good question,
Well,
though.
that's why I was comparing it to, the light, because light is waves with the blue light and the red light. So That's,
And I would tend to agree with Gregory. I know a little about frequencies and radio frequencies, and from what I've studied in the theory, they're very independent. They don't overlap at all or interfere at all with one another. Like, for instance, if you have an AM radio and you have an FM radio, they're different frequencies totally, but you can play them simultaneously right next to each other without any interference. So that's a prime example of how the frequency would, since these work on frequencies.
okay, thank you very much.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Good question.
Yes, great question. Okay.
Hey guys, Michelle, I have one quick comment. To follow
Uh,
Connie Lucas's fantastic training of yesterday, I'll point to a tool. If you go to Nitty Gritty and under patches, if you go to the watch and learn, the very last video there, it's a long video, it's 90 minutes long, but it's David talking with Steve Halterwanger, and he talks about the previous question about the, you know, the quote degradation of the nanotechnology. So there is a shift. He describes that and why there's a 20-hour limit. And also it's a beautiful description of what the prismatic focusing is. It's very accessible. It sounds like it's technical, but, and I'm not qualified to answer the question either, but the answer is they're discrete technologies. And if you watch that video, you'll get a lot of good stuff.
And where is that, Dr. Tom, under Nitty Gritty? Which?
Nitty Gritty, I just posted the link there too. Go to patches and in the watch and learn section.
Okay, thank you.
There are great videos there, but the one all the way at the bottom.
Wow. Fabulous.
Beautiful. Thank you, Dr. Tom.
Sure.
And it looks like, let's see who, Robin and Gregory said they posted the tribute in Live Younger and put the link in units under David Schmidt, unit 14. And that would be referring to the Dr. Steve Halterwanger, I'm assuming, right, Robin and Gregory, that we were talking about earlier?
Correct.
Okay, awesome. Okay, we're almost, well, we're almost at the bottom of the hour, but Henrietta, if you have something that you really want to share and just take a minute, we can maybe go another minute or two. So go ahead, unmute yourself and go ahead, Henrietta. Oh, can't hear you.
There's some-
Did you put X?
Never mind. I think she's saying never mind.
Yeah.
Or are you, would you like to share?
No, I apologize. I'm new at this on my phone and I hit the wrong button.
Okay, well, nice to see you.
Yeah,
And-
thank you.
And welcome to everyone again and new people. We are welcome you to our family, our Live Younger family. We have such a wonderful supportive community with so many resources. Nittygritty101.com being one of the prime ones. Our Live Younger Facebook page is another, and liveyoungeryoutube.com are all wonderful resources in our team. So I'm going to turn it over to Robin and Gregory to share about tonight's call. We have our community call this evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. So
Okay.
over to you, Robin.
All right. Well, why don't you turn it that way and I can just go this way so you don't, honey?
Because the microphone's on
I
here.
know, it's right here, isn't it?
No, it's right here.
Okay. All right. We're trying to figure out our technology. So tonight, well, first of all, on Wednesday at 11 p.m. Pacific,
Bluetooth connected.
David is doing a training on how to mitigate side effects from the virus. That's if he's
Auxiliary.
like he did the other.
Side effects from the vaccine.
Yes, side effects from the vaccine.
Yeah.
Thank you for that clarification. If it's like the original training he did on the virus, he didn't mention products or the company. It was purely educational. So this, I believe, and until we see it, we don't know, but I'm going to get clarification from Emily. This could be something to really share with people. So, you know, there's certain genetic combinations that are more predisposed to reactions from the vaccine, and he's going to talk about how to mitigate some of those. So that's Wednesday. Tonight's call, our Vibrant Living Facebook group is really, really blossoming. Your stories are amazing. Every Monday night, we do a drawing for people that put stories up on there. Those stories are attracting people that are your guests in that community to learn more about what we have, and they're turning into customers. So tonight we're going to talk about the ad tag message, how that whole system works, and how we as distributors can respond to other people. If you put a story up and someone says, I want to know more, well, that's someone else's contact if you don't know them. So we want to really educate people to understand how the system really works. And there's a short video on the top of the group. If you haven't watched it, please do. There's written guidelines in the unit section. Please read them. And we're going to learn more about this amazing new concept in social media, yet a little bit more. But it's really working. We're getting customers. And for those of you going for points, customers are the way to go. 3 points for a customer and 3 for an order, a recurring order. So you can rack up a lot of points, and I know lots of you are wanting points for this spring sprint. So on Wednesday, they update the leaders board. It would be nice if it was live every day, but it's not. So there we have it.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And we look forward to seeing your bright and shining faces again next Monday. And in the meantime, keep on patching, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Enjoy the day.
Thank you.
Happy
Bye.
Monday. Happy President's Day.
Customer service probably isn't open.
It's
today.
not President's Day, it's George Washington's birthday.
Oh, it is.
Right, we don't have Discoverers Day in October, and we don't have Pastor's Day in January, and we don't have President's Day in February. We have George Washington's birthday.
Well, happy birthday, George. Woohoo.
Right.
I just read a beautiful article about George Washington and what a great and creative entrepreneur he was. Besides being an incredible leader, he's a very industrious entrepreneur.
He was one of the 100 richest American, number 58.
Really?
And, so he was very entrepreneurial, yes.
Yeah. And a man of solid principle, and wow. Yay, George, happy birthday. Thanks for that clarification.
Right.
I like that a lot better than President's Day. I'm not too happy right now.
Yeah, there are other good presidents. I've actually suggested creating a President's Day on April 13th. And the reason for that is that sometimes it's Good Friday, but it's also Thomas Jefferson's birthday. And it's halfway between the longest periods between a federal holiday. But I was going to make it so like the most valuable players, that you'd have to vote for a person and never more than 10% of the presidents, or 20% or something like that, would be elected presidents that you would honor on President's Day. Kind of like the all-star voting.
MVP for president.
Right, something like that. So let's all admit we wouldn't necessarily want to do some people, and I will leave the presidents unnamed as to which ones we wouldn't want to honor.
Best left unsaid.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for bringing that up. Happy birthday, George.
Happy birthday, George. Yes, indeed.
Hey,
I have
everybody.
a quick share I would like to tell about posting the stories and getting a customer. One of my high school classmates has been on Vibrant Living for quite some time. And when she saw the story where the muddy water got splashed in my eye and how it cleared it up, she sent me a message saying, I'm really excited about the patches. How do I sign up? So those stories are working. So please keep patching stories. Posting.
Thanks, Darlene. That's congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll have you share that story tonight on the evening call. Would that be okay?
Yes, I don't mind doing that. I've given her the links to get on this chat and no, not on Monday night. I told her about Tuesday night, the doctor call. So yeah.
I just think you sharing the story, how Vibrant Living has worked for you.
Okay, yeah.
Great. Robin will be or I will be in contact with you.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Darlene.
And I'm doing a lunch and learn with showing videos from the NOVA conference to people in my downline today.
Hey. That's great. Good for you. Okay. Bye, all. Signing off.